So many superstar baseball players were once highly touted prospects that instantly became prominent figures in the sport the second they got to the big leagues. Sort of like Fernando Tatis Jr., who was a rookie just a year ago and now in 2020 is on track to being the National League MVP. But this was not necessarily the case for Christian Yelich, whose path to becoming an MVP caliber player was a little bit different. In this video, we will be talking about how Christian Yelich went from good to great and how he turned himself into a superstar. Before we get started though, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about certain athletes and if you want to see more videos about their unique stories. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. So Christian Yelich was drafted by the Marlins in 2010 and he made his MLB debut in 2013. Through 5 seasons with the Marlins, he averaged around 12 home runs a season with a batting average of .290 and an OPS of 800. By no means was Christian Yelich a bad player. In fact, in 2017, he was ranked inside the top 50 players in Major League Baseball. Yelich was a very good player, but what he did in 2018 would prove to be the turning point in his career. During the offseason prior to the 2018 season, Yelich was traded to the Milwaukee Brewers, and what he did from that point on was incredible. He mashed 36 homers and carried a .326 batting average and an OPS of 1,000. This ultimately led to his first All-Star Game appearance and an MVP award. Many thought this was a one-time performance from Yelich, but he came back the next year and played even better, hitting 44 home runs, .329 batting average, and an 1,100 OPS. Yelich had proved himself to everyone that he was a superstar. Some were even comparing his hitting to that of Babe Ruth's. But his sudden success led everyone to wonder where it came from. And to find the answer, we have to go back to something that happened back in 2016 when he was still with the Miami Marlins, and he did some hitting drills with the hitting coaches Frank Menechino and Barry Bonds. These two hitting coaches would be the inspiration that Yelich needed to drastically improve his hitting. And at that point in his career, Yelich was known for being a ground ball hitter, and Menechino and Bonds both knew that Yelich wasn't using his power to full potential. And they could see that during batting practice, when he would crush balls into the ground. Yelich knew it too, but he was scared of change and he knew it was risky. Menechino was quoted saying he was scared to death. His coaches wanted him to trust them and also trust his own abilities. Menechino told reporters at one point he didn't understand how good a hitter he was going to be. We all knew. So during the hitting session, Bonds told Yelich to hit the ball right on top of the plate. Yelich struggled with this at first, but then started to get the hang of it. Bonds kept reminding him to think about swinging down. And thinking swing down doesn't sound like the necessary steps for a ground ball hitter to take. But they explained that he was late on pitches, and thinking about swinging down would help him clean up his bat path and become quicker to the ball. Yelich then took live batting practice afterward and would say later that it was the best batting practice he had ever had. And after hitting 7 home runs with a slugging percentage of .475 in the first half of 2016, Yelich would see his power increase the rest of the season, and he would hit 14 home runs and have a slugging percentage of .491 in the second half. Unfortunately for Yelich, he would lose his touch and fall back to square one in 2017. Then, in 2018, Yelich sat down in the locker room and watched old clips of himself mashing the baseball back in 2016. He wanted to regain that feeling of hitting the ball out in front, instead of being late. It was soon after that when he went to the batting cages and tried standing more upright with his feet a little closer together. This would force him to load earlier and avoid being late. He would also become calmer at the plate so he could slow the game to the speed he wanted. He felt more comfortable at the plate, and soon more and more pitches began to seem hittable. This showed when he played his first game after making the changes when he had 3 one-pitch at-bats, resulting in a line-out, double, and triple. This was a turning point in his career, and it was then when he started to see improvement. As you know, Yelich would put up unbelievable numbers in 2018 and 2019 and establish himself as one of the greatest hitters on the planet, leading the league in batting average, slugging percentage, and OPS. This was not an easy process for Christian. What seemed to help him the most was that he gained mental strength and he allowed himself to feel in control at the plate. He trusted himself to attack the baseball, and that is what ultimately led to his great success as a hitter. And that does it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked learning about the evolution of Christian Yelich's hitting, and make sure to leave a like and comment if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.